Alright, this is John Cola with OKRod.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. In this episode, we're going to share with you guys probably, in my opinion, the best probiotic company in the United States, because they're not selling you a little capsule, they're selling you live active cultures in little probiotic shots or kefirs that they make here in San Francisco at Kefirlab Probiotics. This is the headquarters right here. And you know, as you guys know, I'm really into the microbiome. I got my microbiome tested, link down below for that video if you guys want to see me getting the test and analyzing the data and share with you guys what my microbiome looks like. I encourage you guys to get your microbiome test done, because you know, knowing what your microbiome looks like and then how you can adjust it to improve it to make it better, right, can improve your health and even your longevity. And that's why I'm here today to share with you guys probably my favorite probiotic, I would say, product out there made by Kefirlab. And there's very specific reasons why I like them, and especially after hanging out with one of the owners here for the last almost hour. And that's why I learned about why this product is superior than other products on the market that I want to share with you guys today, to let you guys know, because maybe they don't do the best marketing, and now that I've asked a lot of questions to them, I really understand more why this product is so much better, you know, than buying something like a probiotic supplement, for example. So that's what I want to show you guys. So actually, let's head inside and show you guys more about the Kefirlab. All right, so now I'm about to head inside Kefirlab. Now, while they do have their production facility here in San Francisco, this is not a retail storefront. This is just the certified facility where they actually make the products. And if you guys want to buy the products, you know, there's places in Texas now and many places in California that you could buy their products fresh at a store. You know, I first learned about it at Rainbow General in San Francisco when I was walking in the probiotics aisle, and I saw that, like, whoa, this probiotic product has 100 trillion probiotics, which is like live cultures, which is significantly more than any other cultured probiotic product on the market, and even significantly more than almost all the different supplements that you guys would find, even in the supplement section, that's gonna cost you a lot more money than their product that's a living and live with cultures. And of course, you guys could also visit them and buy their products online, where they will ship them directly to you at Kefirlab.com. And you can also check their website to see if the products are sold nearby or close to you. They're currently working on some distribution details and hope to get into Whole Foods and Sprouts really soon, and I hope that happens for them as well. So let's go ahead and head inside and learn more about the products at Kefirlab. So we're here inside the manufacturing facility, and I want to show you guys actually the products that Kefirlab makes, which is why I came here today and why I'm making this video for you guys, because you guys probably have never heard of this company. I mean, yes, it's a local company. They started out here in San Francisco and started selling them locally in the area, and I've seen them slowly expand and grow and sell further and further away. I mean, now they're selling it in LA, Erewhon, and really cool places, Berkeley Bowl here, and in Berkeley, and as I saw it, you know, Rainbow General and Oliver's Markets in Sonoma County. They're getting available to be all over. But I know a lot of you guys that may live in the middle of the country may not be able to find this stuff, so that's why you can visit their website at Kefirlab.com. This is their current product line, and they are working on so many more different products to offer you guys. And here's the thing, this is what makes this company different than any other in the United States, all right? So first, this is their milk product line, right? So if you still drink dairy products, you guys can get the milk products, you know, that basically they make kefir out and culture bacteria. Now the difference is, this compared to other kefirs, because you could go to your health food store and buy a kefir, right? Those kefir products may not necessarily use the right strains that are gonna benefit your health the most, nor do they use specific techniques to inflate or grow those cultures to a really high level, right? So for example, this is the milk products here, right? This is why I thought these were so cool when I saw them. It says 100 trillion CFU. What's CFU mean? That's colony forming units. that means this has a shit ton, should I say that on YouTube, of probiotics in there, right? If you go to the supplement section of the health food store, you pick up a bottle and it says like this bottle contains 6 billion or something. Not trillion, this is 100 trillion, guys. And I just saw the assay that I'll show you guys in a minute, showing you guys that actually at time of manufacture, when they did a test recently, this has significantly more than 100 trillion CFU count. They guarantee 100 trillion CFU count by the expiration date, which is printed on top of every bottle. So I'm gonna show you guys a real quick difference between the standard cow milk and the vegan version. And this one actually is listed on there as 24 strains, once again, 100 trillion CFU. And on the coconut milk ones, it's 17 probiotic strains, once again, 100 trillion CFU. So, you know, if you guys just want more strains, the regular cow milk has it, and this one has a few less strains. But if you want the coconut and have even more strains and more, I would say more healing purposes, you guys want to go for these shots, right? This shot has 45 different probiotic strains, and much like this whole bottle has 100 trillion at the expiration point, this one also has 100 trillion for just even a smaller volume. So like for health purposes, right, you guys want to stick for these because they're going to be your best bang for the buck. They're going to give you, I'll show you guys the data, significantly higher amounts than 100 trillion, provided it's fresh. And now here's the thing, guys, like when you guys take a probiotic supplement, whether it has, a couple million in there or whatever, you take the supplement and in our digestive system, a lot of those bacteria may be lost, right? And you can only get a fraction of the ones that you actually take. So the larger the number you start out with, by the time it goes through our digestive system and gets into where the probiotics need to be, you're gonna have a lot more. So because there's more than 100 trillion in here, you're gonna take that and maybe by the time it gets digested, you're gonna have maybe 20 to 30% left approximately. So, these guys that have over 45 different strains, right? A lot of probiotic supplements are single strain supplements. This is 45 strains in a culture that they're active and they're live and they're living. If you buy a supplement, the supplements have been basically freeze dried, so they're kind of like in a state of like suspended animation, I'll say that, right? So these are like live probiotics that probably are gonna do a lot better for you guys and give you guys better results. I was looking into buying a probiotic supplement that has like trillions of microbes. It's coming from Australia, and those supplements are like, just for one serving was so expensive, and for like one of these, it's so inexpensive, guys. So if you guys really want the best probiotic supplement to take, I would say it's these small ones. So because I'm at the facility today, actually, I want to learn their process to see how they make these amazing products. So we're gonna go ahead and show you guys the whole process, and then I'll come back here and I'm gonna taste test all the different probiotics for you guys. And then at the end, I'm gonna go ahead and interview one of the owners here, and so that you guys can learn more about the benefits of the probiotics that they're offering here. So now we're in the warehouse, and this is where all the raw materials are delivered and stored in the warehouse. Basically, they got all their bottles, whether it's the big bottles or their little shots. They also have all their labels, as well as some of the products they use to make their kefir products. Now, they don't have the milk products in stock because they do a just-in-time delivery. So they get the delivery of the milk, and then they immediately process it. So their processing schedule is they process on Tuesday, and then it runs through like Friday, and they finish up, and then basically the finished goods get stored in their fridge, which I'm here on a Saturday, so I'm here to show you guys all the finished product that they have. And then come Monday, basically it all gets delivered and gets shipped out, and then Tuesday they start another production run, right? They do have the coconut products on hand, and this is the aseptic organic coconut cream with no additives, certified organic. And they have the organic coconut water aseptic, so it's fully sterilized and certified organic. That's something very important to them, that they're just, really picky about sourcing the highest quality ingredients, using some of the different herb companies that I support myself, that I'm aware of, that have really high quality, turmeric and ginger and different kind of products like that, as well as their other raw materials, right? So, the first thing is they got to take these materials and then they got to process them. So for their coconut milk product anyways, They will mix a percentage of coconut water to the coconut cream for their new little shots. They basically will mix a smaller percentage, these little shots, they mix a smaller percentage of the coconut cream to the coconut water, and even add a little bit of water to make it have the right consistency. And maybe still online you can find their product that I got previously, which was their coconut water shots without the milk, okay? So then once they do that, they take it into the production facility, and then the first step is always a pasteurization step to make sure they're gonna have a clean product that is gonna readily accept their probiotics, because if they have something contaminated in their starting product, that could mess up their whole culture, because they're gonna add in specific probiotics that they wanna increase. They don't just want some random, you know, wild ferment happening like, you know, you might do at home. All right, so this is the first step of their process, where they basically put the coconut water, the coconut milk powder in there, or they could just be using the raw dairy they put in there. And then this is their pasteurization machine. So they got to basically pasteurize it, to sterilize it, to make sure they have a clean environment to add in their probiotics. Once they pasteurize it and then let the machine cool down, right, then they will hold the temperature anywhere between 70 degrees to 100 degrees. This is a very important and critical, because some bacteria love to grow in the hotter range and some bacteria love the lower range, right? Many different companies that are just like making a yogurt or a kefir, right? They don't particularly care about the temperature, because for them, they're just adding the probiotics in there to basically thicken up the yogurt, and it may not have any health benefit because it's not custom tailored, you know, to your health. It's custom tailored to make the yogurt, but not necessarily a functional probiotic product. And that's truly what I believe the Kefirlab does here. So once they got this sterilized, the next step is they're gonna go ahead and get the bacteria. And actually I'm gonna show you guys where they store the bacteria, like it's only frozen bacteria, to make sure that they're quite viable. And we're gonna talk about the bacteria for you guys. All right, so they have two refrigerators that have all the different cultures. This big white fridge that you guys can't really see, it's off camera right now, usually stores the real cultures that they're gonna be using in their facility, that they get just-in-time shipments of. So right now it's actually empty because their production run is starting on Tuesday, so they're gonna get a delivery Monday to make sure they have the freshest probiotic powders to start with. These are things they don't just buy in bulk, and they don't have a ton of them sitting here. They're not sitting around for a year, because these are live active cultures, right? They want to produce something that's going to have some efficacy and actually work for you guys and use good stuff, right? The smaller freezer, you know, currently has maybe some of their mixtures, but more importantly, it actually has some experimental mixtures that they just got delivered in, right? So I think this one right here, so normally their mixtures like come from the lab, and they're pre-mixed. So they just basically get a pre-mix and then they just add it in to the pasteurization machine once the pasteurization machine is cooled down and gets to the right temperature. And another most important thing is that these are basically specific kinds of bacteria that have been shown to have health benefits over in Europe, right? In Europe, they're a lot more advanced for the probiotic research and for, you know, the microbiome research than we are here in the United States. You know, in Russia, they started culturing foods and they studied that since like the 1950s. So there's a lot of data and a lot more science has been going on in Europe, and that's where they import some of the bacteria from, to make sure they're going to have proven specific kinds of bacteria that are going to have specific and measurable health results, as shown in studies in Europe. Unfortunately, in the United States, we have the FDA, so, you know, they're definitely really, they can't say some things on, you know, proven scientific published studies in Europe. They can't make claims here in the United States. So what I'd recommend you guys do is, if you guys go to their website, Kefirlab.com, they'll list off the strains in each different product, and then take that and then take it over to like Google, scholar.google.com, or even just Google, and then like put in the name of the probiotic and then put in health benefits, and then maybe you'll find some of the studies that are going to be from that different specific culture, right? Now the cool thing is, they're doing research, right? They want to take their products to the next level, so that while they have some general products right now with good strains that are going to help you with things like gut health and overall health, and gut-brain access. Those are the strains that they've selected to put in their products. They're also currently developing new different products that are going to help, that focus on specific areas. So they might have one for longevity, they might have one for immunity, they might have one for brain health, they might have one for immune boosting, and I don't know what they're going to do. But this is the little freezer where they actually have some samples of different kind of strains, right? So this strain is actually the Synbio Mix, and I don't know where this is from, but this is the strain they just got in, and they're going to start experimenting with culturing this strain, because this strain has been shown to be in people that are centenarians, right? So if you want to live long, maybe we need the probiotics in here, and I want to just rip this open and take a punch right now. And they also got other strains. I mean, this strain is from Italy. I don't know what this is from, but it's, but anyways, the fact of the matter is the strains they're using have specific and measurable research done in Europe, and that's why they use them. They don't just willy-nilly just, oh, I'm going to use these strains, right? In addition, more importantly, right, they choose the strain and then they go back to the lab and say, hey lab, what do you guys grow these strains on? Do you guys use like a fat, a protein, or a starch to grow these, probiotics on? Do you use a milk product or a non-milk product? And then based on what the lab tells them, then that's what they're going to use to culture that's what they're going to put these bacteria in the specific, food for the bacteria that the bacteria love and thrive in. They're not going to put a bacteria that loves to grow in coconut milk and standard cow milk, because it's not going to survive. It's not going to get to those high CFU counts. So, they do a lot of thinking, a lot of research. I mean, that's why they're called Kefirlab, because they're not just willy-nilly making some kind of like kefir product. This is, like I would call it, once again, a functional probiotic product that I believe will improve your health for sure, especially if you have a microbiome that's not quite perfect. So yeah, the bacteria is probably the major component, and what really sets this company apart from others, because they're using, once again, specific strains from Europe that they're putting together in specific formulations so that you guys are going to get some health benefits from them. All right, so once they add in the probiotics, they just let it sit for 16, I think, to 24 hours. Because this pasteurizer is double walled, insulated, it maintains the temperature. So they literally let it sit in there for 16 to 24 hours. And then when it's done, then they take it to the bottling area, which is right next door. And this is a machine that they basically put the bottles on the little rack, and then it basically fills up each bottle, and then it continues on, and then they put a label on it, and then they box it up, and it goes in the cooler. I mean, this is not rocket science. I think the biggest part of this process is, making sure you have a clean product to put your bacteria into, so you don't get any weird bacteria or any overgrowth or anything. So this is technically this is a clean room, and I'm here on an off day, so it's all right. And then once they got the final product, it basically just goes into the cooler to store until it's shipped out on Monday. So they finish with their production runs on the Friday, and then it sits over the weekend in the cooler, and then it basically gets delivered out to stores and gets shipped out to you through FedEx. And they put cold packs in there when you guys get them. And don't be alarmed if you guys get a shipment in and it doesn't have a cold pack, or the cold pack is warmed up. That's all right. This is a fermented product, and it's still going to be alive even if it's not entirely cold. But if you want to store it for longer, of course, take them right out right when you get them in, and then put them in the fridge. So next we're going to go ahead and walk in their walk-in cooler and show you guys all the products that they have that is ready to get shipped out in just a few days. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and walk in the walk-in cooler, and this shop has been designed really well, because the front side is the side where they can take it out on the loading dock and load up trucks, and then the other side of this cooler is the production room, so they basically just walk it in this side and it goes out the other side, which is quite cool. Now they keep this fridge at between 34 to 35 degrees, just above freezing, because they want to maintain the probiotic viability. So when you guys get your probiotics, in the mail, or trying to keep them at home, right, make sure your fridge is quite cold. You want to keep it as cold as possible, not freezing, right? Many fridges on the energy saving mode, maybe at 40 degrees, right? I know from saving juices, I want to keep the juices at the lowest temperature. and they're gonna preserve a lot longer. So the fridge that I store my Kefirlab products in is actually set to about 33 to 35, so that's actually within their recommended range. So let's go ahead and show you guys inside their walk-in cooler. All right, honestly guys, inside the walk-in cooler, it's actually quite chilly, quite cold, and it's not a lot to see, guys. I mean, you got basically cases and cases of their Kefirlab products that are gonna go out to the different stores and get shipped to you guys directly through their website on Monday. They got all the different milk products, and then they got the, non-milk, so the coconut products here. And then over on this side in these crates, this is where they got the shots. So it's these shots is the product that I recommend. Hey, while the coconut kefir milk, the larger size format is nice, right? It definitely has less species of bacteria than these shots, and also has less overall CFU count at time of production according to test data that they have. And actually this very shot right here, if you guys love the 49ers, right? They've been working with the 49ers and the sports team to get the players even healthier, right? And this is the very shot that they give the 49ers. So if you guys are into sports and following what those professional athletes do, this is the one you guys want to take. The berry flavor 100 trillion is definitely helping the 49er team with, having like less diarrhea and being able to perform better on the field and even off for sure. So next I want to show you guys, you're thinking, John, all that sounds great, 100 trillion probiotics. How do we know that's really in there? Well, that was the first question I emailed them, and I made them send me test data, which I saw, which proved to me it has over 100 trillion. And now I want to share that with you guys, their latest test that they just did literally last month to prove that this has over 100 trillion, because that sounds like so big of a number. They're like making up some BS, right? And I thought that in the beginning too, and you guys might think that, but this stuff is legit. All right, so next I want to show you guys actually the efficacy that's showing you guys that this stuff does have the 100 trillion, actually exceeding 100 trillion probiotics at time of manufacture. They do quarterly testing to make sure that their process, which they have dialed in, is consistent and reproducible every single time. So you guys could feel that when you guys buy a bottle of Kefirlab, you're getting, minimum 100 trillion prebiotics, but in this case, from what I'm seeing, a lot more, and it's a big number that I can't even say because I'm not that smart. So this is from Exact Scientific Services. This test is actually from 3/8/2023. That's like literally a little bit more than a month ago. And they tested the different products, right? This is their kefir, so their milk kefir product. The result was a probiotic count. They just count overall total probiotics, and it's like 1.41 times 10 with that little up caret, 15. And I'm not a scientist, guys. I don't know how much that is, but it's significantly over 100 trillion. And then if you go to the coconut milk, because I know a lot of you guys are vegan and want to remain plant-based, does that have more or less than the standard milk kefir? And this is the shots product, so that has the 45 different strains, right? This one has greater than 2.5 times 10 with the up caret 15, which is greater than 2.5. So it goes beyond the testing. They can't even say maybe it has 4 to the 10 up caret 15 to the 15th whatever. And then you gotta add 15 zeros, and that's a super huge big number, right? And then if you go to the coconut water kefir, right, which is the one I used to take, but I think they're transitioning to the coconut milk kefir shots, right? That actually has 3.4 to the 10 up caret 12. So that actually has less. So yeah, the coconut milk kefir product, the shots, is the one with the highest CFU count for sure. And once again, mentioning that whatever this is, that's at time of production, then they guarantee 100 trillion by the time of the date, by the date on the top of the bottle. And then just to take that down, if you just take this number and then maybe take only 20 to 30% is what's going to survive and get into you, right? And I'm no microbiome expert, but I've looked into a little bit. We have maybe 100 trillion, probiotics or bacteria inside us. So I mean, this thing is really a lot. So I mean, hopefully as it's going through us, it gets absorbed and some of them stick around, maybe some may be transitory. And here's the thing, guys, like even if the bacteria does not stick around and they're transitory, right, there'll be a modulation effect by taking a probiotic product such as this Kefir or even other products. So I think next up, what I want to do for you guys, actually, we're going to go ahead and get the sample, and I'm going to show you guys my opinions on the taste of the different coconut milk shots or just their standard coconut milk products. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and get to try all the different plant-based or vegan products they have, including the different coconut kefir, the vanilla flavor, and then also their little shots. So, you know, here's the thing, guys, like I recommend if you guys just want the most efficacy and like the most probiotics, get the shots. According to the data that I saw, has a lot more probiotics in there. Plus these little shots, while they are smaller, right, they pack more of a punch than the big bottles. The big bottles, you know, they have to price it affordably so that people that are just thinking to buy a kefir would get something healthy. But these are the ones you guys want if you guys want the, you know, functional probiotic supplements, you know, in a food, like literally, you know, I always encourage you guys before taking any kind of supplement to eat a food instead of the supplement, you know, so if you need like vitamin C, don't take a vitamin C supplement, eat some bell peppers, for example, or juice some bell peppers and eat them regularly throughout the day so you could raise your levels of vitamin C, right? If you guys want probiotics, don't take a little probiotic supplement, right? Take a real food, right? The probiotics are living in this culture. You guys saw the process they do to make this. The other thing I'm gonna tell you guys is that the probiotics, depending on when you take them, will have different effects on you, right? So this is interesting, right? If you drink this in the morning, right, then it may favor the lactobacillus and they may, you know, grow better, and the bifidobacteria may not do so well if you have this in the morning. But if you drink this at night, then the bifidobacteria will grow better. And actually there's an article on the Kefirlab website on when you should take the probiotics. And it depends. Every different bacteria may like a different time of day. Maybe some will like it if you eat some food with it and some want it just alone, right? What I like to do is you can maybe drink like half of this in the morning and then half at night. Or if you want to go totally crazy, you could drink one of these in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one at night. That way you guys cover all your bases, because I don't know which one or, you know, which benefit you want to get the most of. Maybe the other thing you might want to do is try it. Try drinking one in the morning and see how it makes you feel that day, right? Maybe you just feel, all right. But maybe you drink it at night and you sleep much better and you get better sleep and you feel better by taking it at night. So maybe that's what your body needs. I don't know what your body needs, but I think to cover all your bases, I would take, you know, a little bit each time of the day. And the other thing is I'm going to be drinking all this stuff right now, which is a lot of probiotics. So the question is, John, is more better? Should I drink one of everything every single day? Well, I'm sure Kefirlab would love you guys to do that, but they probably would also tell you that it's probably a waste of money, because you could have a certain point of bacteria, and any more than that is probably not going to do much, right? So, yeah, I would rather have you guys spread it out and have one more frequently, you know, for a longer period of time than just like taking a bunch in one day or one specific time period, right? So like these days, I like to take actually one a day is what I've been doing lately. So first we're gonna go ahead and try the berry coconut. I didn't talk about the flavorings or, you know, flavors that they use, but I did check them out. They have like organic, different, you know, real organic products to add for the flavor. So like the turmeric powder and ginger powder in the turmeric version. They got actually real, you know, ground up fruits that they added to the berry. So let's first go ahead and try the berry product here. Now, once again, these have lower fat percentages than their big products. Also a little bit of water added, so it shakes it up into a shot, and more probiotics in there as well as and different kind of kinds, 45 kinds of different probiotics. Most important thing, guys, when you take these shots, I know a lot of you guys like maybe used to drinking alcohol shots and you just shoot it down and you swallow it as fast as you can. I don't recommend that. I recommend you savor this, swish it around in your mouth, you know, and mix it around and then swallow it, right? You're gonna get better digestion. So to me, this is like a low coconut fat. It's not like a ton of fat, it's not overpoweringly fat, because I'm coming from where I used to only drink their coconut water product that I saw the test data for, that this has a lot more probiotics in there. You know, this is good. It has a mild berry flavor. It's not like hitting you over the head. It's not like some kind of artificial flavor, but it's nice and pleasant. And one tip that I like to give you guys is, when you're done, there's always a little bit of remnants in there. And I'm like, man, if 100 trillions in this whole bottle and there's little remnants in there, there's at least a couple billion in the remnants in the bottle. So I fill it up with some like filtered water or maybe some juice, and then I'll put the cap back on, and I'll shake it up, and then I'll drink it. So I got a couple extra billion from getting the remnants in there. All right, so the berry, that was good. I like the berry. Next, this is the one I normally would go for, which is the turmeric. To your health. Wow, nice and mild. The flavor balance is perfect. Like, I mean, I make turmeric ginger shots that are like straight up, that are super hardcore. To me, this is like, you don't really taste the turmeric and the ginger. It's like really mild in there. So you're mostly getting it for the probiotic, you know, beverage part. I would not buy this for like a turmeric or ginger benefit. There's probably a little bit in there, but you know, I mean, I juice turmeric and ginger, which is like basically 100% straight up. But yeah, nice mild flavor. I'm tasting the hints of the ginger and a little bit of turmeric at the same time. They've really done a good job to make this flavorful, but also provide some additional health benefits from the anti-inflammatory properties and other health benefits of the ginger and turmeric and curcumin. That was good. All right, next up, oh, this is my favorite, the vanilla. I'm a sucker for vanilla. They use real vanilla flex in some of the products, and they also have a real vanilla extract, pure extract, once again, certified organic. And let's go ahead and try the vanilla flavor. Wow. That one, I have to say, so far, is my favorite. I love vanilla ice cream since I was a kid, and this is just really nice vanilla flavor, not overpowering, not too weak. It's just right, guys. Wow. All right, last up for the shots, we got the creamy coconut. So this is just the plain flavor with nothing added. Let's go ahead and see what this tastes like. Wow, all right. That's interesting. So this one, you get the traditional fermented beverage kind of flavor. It's kind of got the little lactic acid, a little bit of acid stuff going on. If you like kimchi and sauerkraut, you just like stuff plain, go for this one, guys. And a lot of people may not like that flavor. They want to have something to overpower that flavor. They've done an excellent job at these three flavors to do that, whether you want berry, turmeric, or the vanilla, which was actually my favorite. It just tastes like real creamy coconut, a little bit fermented flavor, but plain. Now, while I will use these as a shot, you could also use these, like say you make your oatmeal, you could just dump one of these in with your oatmeal and stir it up and eat it with your food. That way you may get different benefits than taking it plain alone. Of course, now, if you guys want to have a larger format, a little bit more fatty, so these are less fat, this is more fat, and you want basically a milk substitute beverage, that's what you get these two guys. And this is more of a food item. This is more of a, I would say, supplement or functional food item. This is the coconut probiotic kefir milk, which is not the same as this guy. This is more concentrated. Once again, this has 45 different bacteria in it. This one only has 17 probiotic strains. We're gonna go ahead and try the milk. Wow. So this one's more fatty and not quite as strong tasting as this little small shot. It's plain. Actually, after having the shots, it kind of ruined these big ones for me. And then finally, we're gonna go ahead and have the vanilla, standard coconut kefir vanilla flavor. Wow, that's good too, but yeah, once again, I have this shot that just tastes a lot better. So for me personally, while these were good, and if you guys want a larger format to use like, you know, more often, but actually have less overall CFU count and actually less species of probiotics, these are great, you know, as a beverage. You know, I'd encourage you guys to drink one of these guys instead of a soda or some other kind of beverage, including our fruit juice. This is healthier to me than our fruit juice because all the probiotics contain, although I'd probably rather drink a vegetable juice. That being said, you could maybe mix this with your vegetable juice. That being said, my money, and for your health guys, you guys really want to focus on getting the shots. Smaller format, less to drink, and more CFU count, right? And my favorite of these guys, I'm going to honestly tell you guys, I love the vanilla. The vanilla was the best for me, and if you want, once you get the vanilla, you could add in things to it. So you could take a little bit of turmeric powder, you could take a little bit of ginger and mix it up in these. You could use these in smoothies. You could mix it with other different, you know, create recipes out of them, or you could just drink them as one shot. And check it out, guys. Right here, right now, I had over 100 trillion, 200 trillion, 300 trillion, 400 trillion. I had a couple shots a little bit earlier, 500 trillion, 600 trillion. A little bit of this stuff. I've had over guaranteed 600 trillion different probiotics going in me just now, so I can consider myself, I'm a trillionaire. Maybe not in dollars, but in probiotics. And you too can be a trillionaire if you guys get some of this Kefirlab products at Kefirlab.com. In the final part of this episode, I want to go ahead and interview one of the owners of Kefirlab so that you guys can learn more about why this company was started, why they're here, and what they're trying to do. So now I have the pleasure of interviewing Erica, one half of the Kefirlab team. It's a husband and wife team, and she's the visionary behind the Kefirlab. And actually the husband actually runs the facilities and makes sure everything is made to perfection, but she's basically directing the show behind the scenes, and that's why I'm getting to interview her today, so you guys could learn more about the Kefirlab company as a company, but more importantly about especially some of the different probiotic strains, because you're a microbiologist, right?
Correct.
Yes. So I mean, this chick is smart, man. That's what I'm saying. So right here, Erica. So why did you start Kefirlab in the beginning?
The foundation of Kefirlab is food as medicine. Our idea behind creating this product that you don't see is the idea how you can cure different diseases and you can uplift your body and your own biology just by taking a real food rather than taking a synthetic pills that has been sterilized and pasteurized and have a bunch of side effects. So the foundation of creating Kefirlab was to make the world a better place one gut at a time.
Wonderful. I'm all for that. You know, I mean, when I first got into eating healthfully, right, there wasn't really microbiome testing, so I'm glad that there's that now, so I can see mine and see how a product such as this can help me out and probably help you guys out too, and obviously she's seen that. So now that you've got Kefirlab up and running, right, what are the next things you guys want to do? So you're the visionary, so I know on your website now you guys are going to be even soon offering a microbiome test that people could do.
Yeah, the three things that we want to focus on first is our beautiful products that we want to expand the lines, making it more functional. We want to have performance shots, different shots for the brain health, curing different diseases. We have a lot of customers treating IBS, IBD, different kind of syndromes. So we want to make tailored shots for the probiotics that they're missing. And how we're going to find out the probiotics that they're missing? We're going to offer the microbiome testing. So people can try, people can see, they can understand if they're missing. Let's say you have a good lactobacillus profile, but you're missing a few bifidum. We want our gut to be in balance. So we want to offer a great solution for our customers to get it done. And also an affordable price, because as far as I know right now, we check all the offerings on the market that you can check your gut. Honestly, for me, it looks more like a joke. I mean, the collection method, I know it's easy, it's smoothless to collect it. People don't really like to get into it, but I mean, we want accuracy. We're here for the results. So we want to offer the most accurate testing on the market so far. and we like to keep it more affordable than the current competition, so people can test often and they can see the progression. And because we're also very, very confident in our products and how they can change your microbiome drastically, we want people to test and see the difference themselves.
So basically you're proving to customers that your products really work and do something versus a lot of the pills that may come in a bottle that, you know, a lot of people say that the pills, the probiotic pills, like don't do anything, right? And you don't know. I mean, this is a live food product. This is the ultimate product to take. I mean, food as medicine, medicine as food. So the question I have for you is, of course, you know, your product cannot claim to cure any disease. It could maybe help different things, but I'm sure you have a lot of testimonials from different clients, maybe even personal testimonials from yourself. What kind of testimonials have you heard that your product has helped people with?
I guess our biggest motivation to do what we do every single day, we receive tons of emails how people are able to help their kids with autism disorders, they're able to cure IBS, IBD, you know, different sort of autoimmune diseases, bloating, diarrhea, food poisonings. You know, we receive a lot of testimonials every single day. Now, FDA is, I'm sure you're familiar with, we cannot claim many things. That's why there are certain type of bacteria that are now being rigorously tested, so we can claim that this bacteria can help you to lower cholesterol. Let's say. Doesn't mean that this is the only bacteria, but this is just the bacteria that's being tested. So that's why now we want to make a tailored shots that we can actually claim that it will help you to cure your IBS and boost your brain health, you know, help with depression, anxiety, and different sort of brain disorders and body disorders like this.
Sure, and those products are hopefully coming really soon. I'm waiting for them myself. But let's talk about your current product line with 45 different strains on the little shots with over 100 trillion in there. What kind of probiotics are in there and why were those specifically chosen to put in the product? Did you just pick them randomly or because they have specific and measurable health benefits?
Right, that's a great question, and that's the question people ask a lot. So there is a few ideas how we pick the probiotics. First, we really pay attention on the sourcing, and a lot of people ask how do you source probiotics. So we source our probiotics from many countries, mainly in Europe, mainly in France, and they're amazing in probiotics, France, Switzerland, Germany, and our probiotics are sourced from Centenarians Italians.
Centenarian Italians. So people that live a lot. So your current products have Centenarian Italian probiotics in there that have been shown that they have in their gut.
Right, so this is not like a GMO grown lab synthetic strains, how most of them on the market are. This is the real deal, you know, from the blue zones in a way. So the sourcing is really important for us. Survivability and the quality is really important. These are the main criteria. The strains themselves, I do research every single day. They come up with new strains, you know, and new ideas. So the latest strain was Eleutheria, I'm sure you're familiar. It's been over the market, beauty strain, immunity, happiness, love strain. So this has been on the radar, and this was the main one we added lately. So I guess the biggest idea of choosing the strains, people miss majority of the Bifidobacterium. Lactobacillus we can get mainly with food, you know, we can drink some kombucha here and there, we can make some kraut tea at home. Mainly people miss the Bifidobacteria, and Bifidobacteria are the ones that actually populate the gut. Lactobacillus are just protect yourself from protect your immune system from the virus, but they're just here and go. They're transient, you know, but you want to have the Bifidobacterium to populate the gut and if you want actually some changes on your brain, and that's why Bifido. So really focus on the Bifidobacterium in our shots, not just lactose. So we want to have this great balance in between both. And I guess the main idea in between having 45 probiotic strains is these are just the most important strains that bring the most benefits in our gut and people miss the most.
So the question is that, you know, somebody could take your shot in the morning or at night or in the middle of the day. They could eat it. They could take the shot with food or without food. You know, for example, somebody that wants to increase their bifidobacteria, what's the best time to take your shots so that you could hopefully better increase your bifidobacteria? Because if you take the shot at the wrong time, it might not help the right bacteria that is important to you.
So bifidobacteria are awake when we sleep. So the best time to take is before going to bed at night. And lactobacillus, the opposite, they're usually active during the day because that's when you need to protect your immune system the most because you come in contact with other people, you know. So I guess we recommend our customers to either split one shot in 2 times a day or take 2 shots in the morning and evening. So in the morning you're gonna get all the lactobacillus. You're still gonna get a little bit of bifida. Not all of them are asleep, right? But we recommend taking twice a day, and for bifida definitely nighttime.
And what about like in the middle of the day? Is there any benefit to taking a probiotic shot in the middle of the day?
Of course, digestion. Again, protecting yourself from the different viruses, and if some people are battling some already some disease, right? You need to be taking it all day long, you know.
And what about with food or without food? Is it better just to take it alone, or maybe eat it with some like resistant starch or some different other kind of inulin or FOS or GOS, XOS product?
So it's definitely to have a combination of both in your diet in general, but it not necessarily needs to be taken at the same time with food, without food. We recommend taking it before a meal, just for the greater survivability, but our probiotics are pretty potent. And you know, when you have 100 trillions, you have a good amount to play with, you know. So we recommend before food, ideally. That would be best. But sometimes, you know, you had some heavy meal, you know, you come out from having a dinner with friends and you feel a little bloated, you know, so that's a good time to take probiotics to help you digest the meal better. Or for example, some people get some like garlic, you know, they don't like the smell. So if you take probiotics at this moment, you're not going to have this like garlic smell and like onion and whatever. So it could be beneficial for that option, but also before food is definitely best for the potency.
All right, so you guys saw earlier that I tried the coconut milk product, and then I also tried the shots. So what are the differences between the shots and the milk, and which one is better for people that are just concerned about their health, because that's what my channel is all about.
The shot.
The shots, yeah, that's what I said earlier too.
Yeah.
But what's the difference? Like, why should somebody maybe drink this instead of this, or vice versa?
45 probiotic strains in the shot and 17 in the kefir.
Wow, so like almost three times more probiotics in this shot, different kinds.
Right, more concentration per sip. Let's say the whole bottle of the kefir has 100 trillion and this one has 100 trillion per little one.
Wow.
So you get the benefits of this one. And if you want to get more of those, you know, you can have a couple of shots. That will make you a superhuman.
Superhuman. Well, I had about 5 of them today, so hopefully I'm superhuman.
Yeah.
Superhuman now. Yeah, I mean, I'd say this is one of the biggest like health hacks or biohacking you could do to your microbiome in a really small and easy format way that'll just like make a difference. So what kind of improvements can somebody see when taking this? Like if they just take one shot, will they feel superhuman? Will they have maybe gas or bloating? Or will they just, will they have better bowel movements? I don't know. What have you heard?
I guess the 3 most important things our customers share with us, first of all, better digestion, better metabolism, they feel lighter, they feel great after having food, you know. They start craving better food options because we know this, the bad bacteria, pathogens crave all the sugars and stuff. So I guess that's the first one. Second, of course, better mobility, better bowel movements. And the third one, it's better brain clarity. They feel like they're more nicer to people. They feel like they can focus better on some tasks. They can be more productive at work.
So I know why that is. That's because there's a brain-gut connection or axis, if you guys want to call it like the more technical term. So you want to explain that to the people and why like taking a probiotic shot could actually change how you feel and think.
Yeah, there is a vagus nerve, which is a nerve which goes directly from the gut to the brain, and it's connected. And so every single signal that you got, the bacterium side of your gut, it goes directly to your brain, and the brain is in control. So the gut is the second brain as it's portrayed right now, and that's been studying, and it's really true. Wow.
And so you mentioned earlier that kids could take, you have testimonials from parents who have kids that have autism that have been taking the products and have been getting some benefit from that. So can kids take this, and how much would kids take? Would kids take half as much as an adult, or what would you recommend?
The shots are perfect for kids, also for the size and the flavors, to make it more fun. So if the kid has some sort of disorder like autoimmune disease, some different autism, different diseases, yes, we recommend taking a full shot, even 2 a day. If the child just wants to be healthy, not to bring any sort of diseases at home, just to maintain the well-being, we recommend splitting 1 shot in between a day, so morning and night.
And so what's the youngest a child could take this? So for example, I have a friend that just had a baby maybe within a year ago, and the mom was breastfeeding, and then the mother wasn't making enough breast milk, so how soon after birth can somebody take this? Can a mom add this in with the breast milk? I mean, it does not substitute for breast milk, obviously. This does not have the HMOs or other things, but it has lots of bacteria. Will it imbalance a baby that's like newly born?
So the woman that prefer to breastfeed the child until they decide so, it's better to just go with a breast milk and that's it. And this can be one of the first meals to be introduced after, as they slide away from the breastfeeding. Now, another demographic of women that don't decide to breastfeed, that they decide to give a formula, this is a great idea to replace the formula because this is fully probiotics and this is really, really great, and it's honestly much better than the chemical
alternatives.
The formula that they sell right now, like Nestle and others. So this could be a great replacement also.
Right. Okay, great. So then the question is like, I'm going to the store and it's 100 degrees out, 80 degrees out, but I'm not going to I have to like go to the store to buy food, and then I'm going to go out and run a couple more errands before I get home. If this is sitting in my car for a half hour or an hour and it's not refrigerated, will it instantly blow up, expire or something, or will it go bad? What happens?
People ask us a lot. That's the number one question we receive in our email. So people think that the probiotics will magically die if they're staying outside of the fridge, but if they were so easily to die, how do you expect it to survive in a hot environment of our intestine and the digestive system?
Yes, like 98 degrees inside us.
So I guess that's another way to see if the probiotics are really potent and working. So this is not your general yogurt that you find in the markets, so these are real probiotics. We tested them up to 14 days without the fridge. We usually travel with them, we go to Europe with them. Nothing would happen after 14 days. So to be safe for customers, we recommend to keep it away of the fridge for up to 48 hours. Of course, it's nicer when it's refrigerated. It will start to produce gas after, let's say, 2 weeks, 3 weeks without a fridge.
So without fridge, it'll have more carbon dioxide. So when you open it up, it may blow up on you, or go psst, or maybe started feeling like a bit fizzy when you drink it.
Right, it will get some alcohol. So some people prefer to avoid it. That's why we keep it refrigerated. That's why we recommend keeping it refrigerated. But definitely for half an hour in the car, it's more than okay.
So the question is, because you guys ship, throughout the whole country, which I've gotten deliveries of your product, if somebody gets it and that little cold pack inside there is warm now, oh my gosh, did it go bad?
Right, yeah, people get concerned about that. We do ship insulated, we do ship with cold packs, however, it's not shipped in an ice cream environment. The cold pack will melt, especially if you're in Miami area or somewhere hot, and it's normal, the product can be shipped without ice, without insulation, without the cold pack. We usually ship FedEx second day, so it's pretty safe. It's safe to be, again, like as I mentioned, it's safe without a fridge for up to 48 hours, even without an ice box. So the products are safe to have, and you can just use your own senses. You can smell it, you can see it. You don't see any mold, you don't see anything, so it's very safe.
Wonderful, yeah. And once again, when you get the shipment, put it right into your fridge once you get it, right? So know when FedEx is going to deliver it and be home, or have somebody put it in your fridge. I was on vacation once and one of the auto deliveries came and I'm like, hey, go to my house and put it in the fridge. Yeah. And she just put the whole box in the fridge, she didn't even take it out. All right, so one of the final questions I have for you guys, I know you guys are called Kefirlab, and that's because I don't just think is this a company that's just making kefir. I mean, this is a lab, literally, that's making kefir that's like has a lot of health benefits to it, so it's like a functional probiotic supplement or food. And so how are you guys in the future going to put the lab into the Kefirlab company?
That's a great question. I mentioned we have products, we have a microbiome test. Now the third missing part in the chain is we're going to offer a concierge service that will address all the customers' needs and will offer a tailored approach to customer solution in terms of restoring the microbiome. So I mentioned I receive tons of emails every single day from customers trying to cure autism of the child, IBS, bloating, different autoimmune diseases, and we're not always able to reply every single email, and we're not able to offer such a custom approach just by emailing itself. So we are partnering with 3 other health practitioners. One of them is Jordan, Director of Nutrition of 49ers. He's going to be on board as 49ers as our clients for purchasing the shots. Another person is an integrative nutrition doctor in Los Angeles area, which got into the kefir train, how he was able to cure his, I believe, IBS by having our kefir, and he released the whole video. You know, he became an integrative nutrition doctor because he was just so excited about the product and he wants to share it with the world, share it with his customers. So he will be another person which will focus more on the autoimmune disorders and different diseases. And I guess me, myself, and I. So I am also a certified nutrition coach. I'm certified in integrative nutrition and integrative nutrition medicine. So I can offer more lifestyle related solutions approaching, because we know that, I mean, let's be honest, somebody that's having Coke and McDonald's every single day, yes, they can have a shot, but let's be honest, we cannot expect a lot from that. So I guess it will take sleep, you know, regulating the mood, stress, and all of this. Like, it has to all come in a combination of factor. And if we do, that would really make a huge difference in somebody's life. So we want to offer this whole 360-degree approach in people's life through offering the microbiome test, the products, and the lifestyle that needs to be changed.
Wow, that's great that you guys are going to start doing all this to basically, in the end, help customers more with this new microbiome and things that a lot of, unfortunately, medical doctors don't even know about at this point, and a lot of my viewers don't even know about it. And hopefully this video is a bit eye-opening for you guys, not only about the Kefirlab making some amazing probiotic products, but more importantly, what they're going to do in the future. So now I have a few more questions for you. Is like, one of the things I've seen is that I've seen a lot of people's like bifidobacteria, when they do a traditional microbiome test, come back as low. What would you recommend that somebody do to increase their bifidobacteria, if that's one bacteria of concern, besides, of course, drinking your probiotic shots in the evening for the best benefit?
I guess there are certain type of prebiotic fibers that feed the bifidobacteria. One of them, we know Akkermansia, it's really good set of bacteria which also convert into bifidobacteria. So I guess pomegranates are great. We know this, pomegranates, green bananas are amazing in feeding the Akkermansia, and they're amazing in feeding the bifidobacteria. So I guess if you were to add just these two, they're amazing. Again, the skin of the kiwi, it's really high on the probiotic fiber. Pears are high, different type of mushrooms are amazing to feed the bifidobacterium in the gut. But as I mentioned, the biggest one to feed the bifidobacterium is the green bananas.
The green bananas, interesting, because that's what's shown in the studies, huh?
Right, yeah.
Wow, cool. So I mean, and bifidobacteria is just one of over 1,000 different kinds of bacteria that you may have in your gut, and so I don't know if you need to do these things, but you know this, when you guys take the little shots, you guys got 5 different strains of bacteria. This is the probiotic product or fermented product that the only product that I'm aware of that has 45 specifically proven strains that have been shown in Europe to have health benefits. Oh, and then final, I want to ask about your new products that hopefully are going to come out soon. You might come out with a different functional ice cream, functional yogurt, but more soon, you're going to have the specific shots for specific, parts of your body. So you want to talk about that real quick?
Sure. We're thinking about having a brain health shot, which will help with mood, balancing the mood, which we know is big right now in US. And unfortunately, so many people are taking antidepressants for absolutely no reason. So I mean, taking a probiotic shot, it's much more pleasant experience. Doesn't have any side effects. Doesn't have any withdrawal symptoms. So I guess the mood is the big one. Performance is another big one, as I mentioned. Some of our customers are NFL players, so I guess performance is really important for them. And not only for them, some CEO, which is here in Silicon Valley, which is working 24 hours a day, and they want to have this like 25th hour a day, they might need one. And so performance is another one. I guess the third one, it's something which is going to help with gut lining. So for people that have, let's say, IBS or different diseases associated with the absorption of nutrients through the gut. So I guess this would be the third shot, and more to come. Wonderful.
Wow. So that's great. I'm really looking forward to those. And the cool thing is, if you guys want to order this stuff, you guys can. It's Kefirlab.com. I recommend you guys sign up for a subscription, because then you pay a little bit less. And then more importantly, they're going to ship it to you on a regular basis so that you can continue to take them, because they'll ship it to you. You're like, man, I didn't drink last month's shipment. I got to drink this much shipment. You're going to start drinking them so you don't forget, because I know a lot of you guys will forget to order, you know, and if you get a regular shipment, I want you guys to drink these on a regular basis versus like drinking a lot in one period of time, right? Over the course and drinking them like one a day for a month, you know, I believe that's going to make a significant difference in your health. And because, you know, I always try to work with the company to get you guys the best discounts, I've also arranged with the company to get you guys a 10% off discount by using the coupon code OKRAW. We'll throw it up right there in the middle as at the website Kefirlab.com, link down below in description to buy your gut shots at Kefirlab.com. So the final thing is, are there any other words of wisdom you'd like to share with my viewers today about Kefirlab or gut health?
Yeah, I guess people really underestimate the effect that the gut has on our mood, on our well-being, on our who we like in our life, you know, people we are surround ourselves with. So I guess if people start to focus more on that aspect, and I guess the life can be so much more beautiful, and people can be less aggressive, people can be more nice to other people, you know, people can help other people and just be a more nicer human beings in this world.
Wonderful, that's so great. Yeah, I mean, I've seen all these random acts of violence and aggression out there lately, and I mean, there's a book called The Crazy Makers that they relate junk food with literally going crazy. So, you know, one of the ways that happens is through the microbiome gut-brain axis. So get your gut microbiome brain axis going right with the Kefirlab shots, and you know, become more calm, become a better person. Of course, the answer is not just the Kefirlab products alone, but it's also eating mostly plant foods with having lots of different fibers and different kinds of foods that will feed our microbiome, including different polyphenols and pomegranates and wild blackberries and raspberries and all these things, right? So yeah, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, because I have videos about all the different kinds of plant foods and the benefits that they can provide you. If you guys enjoyed this episode at Kefirlab today, hey, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. If I get a lot of thumbs up, I'm gonna come back to Kefirlab and do more in-detailed episodes here. Also, post your questions down below. I'll try to monitor the questions as they come in, because I'm curious to know what you thought about this episode as well. Be sure to share this video with somebody else that are having some gut issues, right? For the probiotic product that I recommend the most over any other one, because it's live and active cultures, 45 different kinds in those little gut shots, and that's the one I think you guys should get if you guys are gonna buy one of the products at Kefirlab. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button right down below so you don't miss on my new upcoming episodes upcoming every 5 to 7 days. You never know where I show up or what you'll be learning on my YouTube channel. And make sure to click the bell to get notified as my videos come out. And finally, be sure to check past episodes. Our past episodes are wealth of knowledge. Over 600 episodes at this time on this channel dedicated to you guys, all about eating more fresh fruits and vegetables and improving your health. I'll put a link down below to my microbiome test that I did so you guys can see what my microbiome test. I encourage all you guys to get a microbiome test, whether it's through Kefirlab if they're offering that yet, or another source, so that you guys can see where you're starting at and how you're gonna modulate and improve your microbiome in the future, because I believe that's really the unknown thing that can help you the most, that most people pay no attention to and most medical doctors don't even really know about at this point, unfortunately. So with that, my name is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time, and until then, remember, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables and taking your Kefirlab products with tons of probiotics, actually over 1 trillion. They're the best.